Hi everyone and welcome back. We're heading into the penultimate episode of Planet of Death, episode 13. I am curious what everyone thinks of this show. It was in my top 3 BLs last year and it's my number 1 this year. Of course there's lots of other shows to come, but it has captured my attention the whole way through. I really enjoyed this and I hope we get a lot more BLs in this kind of vein, or at least more mature. I am sad, of course, that it's ending, but a show always ends. I am curious now what is going to happen because it seems like they're trapped. Everyone in power is working together and they're the bad guys. So how do they escape what's going on, or how do they escape with their lives? And what happens to the kids, the teenagers, and what happens to Inspector M? That preview from the last episode for today's episode was so good that I have no idea what's going on. I just hope that it lives up to my expectations in my head. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
กินไอติมอีกแล้วเดี๋ยวก็เจ็บคอไม่หายไอสักทีโอ้ยพี่ลุง
10 years
เป็น
ago.
อะไรหรอกถ้วย2 ถ้วยเองเนี่ยพี่พูดอะไรเถียงพี่อีกแล้ว
So again, it starts from her always badgering her,
ถ้าวัน
as
ไหน
we
ที่ไม่
say.
บ่นนะจะเหงาว่าคอยดู
10 years ago, though, wouldn't her character be quite young at this point, Jane? So she has Rung had this plan for 10 years.
พี่ลุงขอบคุณนะคะ
She didn't take care of you. She let you die.
แค่กินไอติมแค่นี้ขอบคุณขนาดนี้เลยเหรอซึ้ง พี่ไม่ไปไหนหรอกจะอยู่บ่นให้เหมือนแม่แบบนี้แหละแล้วก็ดูแลเจนไปแบบนี้ดีไหม
Will you now? I can't trust her
แต่ว่า
now, even if she is a good
เจนสัญ
person.
ญานะถ้าวันไหนเจนเรียนจบแล้วเจนจะเลี้ยงพี่ลุงเองพี่จะรอดูวันนั้นนะคะ
I do love that we're getting a backstory here. I love that we're getting some sense of them, even if it was 10 years ago.
พี่ก็ยังให้เจนได้
Even your life?
ชีวิตเจนก็ให้พี่ลุงได้
Oh, you gave your life for her.
ตัวแสบ
Oh, here comes the looks. There's always this look with
ได้ไหม
her.
พอแล้วไม่เอาไม่ลงอ่ะ
Poor Jane. I hope this episode we find out who actually hung her. Like, who was involved. I feel like they should do it this episode. I'm going to go out on a limb, which is me through most of my life, and say that has to be very significant that we're getting that moment 10 years ago, unless it was the start of Rung's evilness towards her sister. Where are they hiding now? Oh, okay. He does say about staying in plain sight, so go to the place they think you're gonna go to, like reverse psychology.
นี่คุณคิดยังไงถึงมาซ่อนที่นี่เนี่ยไม่เคยได้ยินเหรอครับที่อันตรายที่สุดเนี่ยคือที่ที่ปลอดภัยที่สุดนะครับ
That's true. That is true. At least here they can be aware of their surroundings more because they're on edge.
หลายครั้งแล้วนะครับ
But you still have one
เสี่ยงอันตราย
another.
แบบนี้ไม่รู้เมื่อไหร่จะจบสักที
Probably in an episode or two.
ก็คงจะเป็นตอนที่เราสองคนกลายเป็นผีแบบปืนมั้งครับ
Well, that's. Oh. Don't think of don't think of dying.
ผมจะปกป้องคุณเอง สัญญาด้วยชีวิตเลยครับ
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
ด้วยชีวิตเลยเหรอ ไม่ดีแล้วครับ นี่คุณจะทิ้งผมอยู่คนเดียวอีกแล้วเหรอ
Yeah, isn't it dangerous to say things like that? You're kind of putting negative energy out there.
ถึงผมเป็นผีเนี่ย ผมว่าจะวนเวียนอยู่ใกล้ๆคุณหมอ ไม่ห่างไปไหนอยู่แล้วครับ ถ้าคุณเป็นผีอ่ะไม่ต้องมาดีกว่าครับอ้าวนี่คุณ ผมว่ามันมืดๆไปหน่อยนะคุณ
He would miss you if you died, yeah. Wait.
มีรายงานจากผู้สื่อข่าวค่ะว่าเกิดคดีอุกอาจในพื้นที่เมืองเวียงผาหมอกเมื่อติวเตอร์คนดังผู้ต้องสงสัยในคดีฆ่าครูสาวและอัยการที่หลบหนีไปพร้อมกับหมอดูท่านหนึ่ง
Oh, they're putting all the blame on them. Of course, yeah, they would.
ตำรวจยังตามตัวอยู่นะคะใครที่รู้เบาะแสสามารถแจ้งมาได้ที่ช่องทางด้านล่างได้เลยค่ะ
And now everyone's gonna want to get to them.
เป็นแบบนี้ไปได้ยังไงอ่ะ
I don't understand why
มันหนีไปได้
Inspector M had it on him.
สารวัตรเอ็มก็ยังไม่ตาย นี่คุณทำพลาดขนาดนี้ได้ยังไงผู้การ
ก็จะเก่งจริงเนี่ยลองมาทำเองไหมล่ะ
พูดมาหมา
เมื่อกี้คุณพูดว่าอะไรนะ
พอเถอะ
Oh, here they go, all the bad guys together.
พวกนั้นได้หนีไปไหนตอนไหนละ
ตอนนี้ผมอนุมัติหมายจับพวกมันไปเรียบร้อยแล้ว ที่เหลือก็แค่ตามหาพวกมันให้เจอ
ผมสั่งให้ลูกน้องเนี่ยตั้งด่านตรวจตลอด 24
Yeah, I bet you have, because all of you are
ชั่วโมง
bad
ไม่นานเจอ
people.
แล้วพวกเด็กๆล่ะ
I hope Nam isn't in on this. I really hope she isn't.
แน่ใจว่าเก็บเงินไว้ที่นี่เหรอน้
ที่นี่แหละพี่
ำอย่ามาเอาตังค์ไปฝากธนาคารนะน้
เขาเตือนกูไว้ว่าอย่าให้ทุกคนสงสัยว่ากูเอาเงินลูกไหนมา
Yeah,
กู
that's
ก็เลยไป
true.
ฝากธนาคารมาได้
Is it got dye on it? Is it gonna shoot dye at them? Uh-oh. No.
คุณเป็นตำรวจที่ดีมากเลยนะครับสารวัตร
Yeah, you're not. Because you're a crook.
ในฐานะตำรวจ
That's why you shot
ผม
him.
นะครับ แต่น่าเสียดายที่คุณฉลาดน้อยไปหน่อย
Right, because you're so intelligent, getting involved in
ฉ
bad
ลาด
things like
ขึ้นกว่า
this.
นี้อีกนิดนึงแล้วก็เลือกข้างให้ถูก ชีวิตคงไม่ต้องมาลงเอยแบบนี้นะครับ
So he should have been a crook and followed you into a life of obedience against. Ugh. You just want him to wake up and punch him.
แล้วข้อมูลหลักฐานทั้งหมด ถือว่าสารวัตรยกให้ผมแล้วกันนะครับ
Of course, yeah, you would though. My issue is fingerprints. Why is I guess because all the cops are bad. Like he's the only good one, Inspector M, apparently.
ไปวิ่งขึ้นโอ๊ยโอ๊ยไปนี่เลย
Wow.
ไม่ต้องอยู่พี่ไปก่อนเลยนั่ง
Did they shoot him? Oh, it's the other police officer. Who cares about you?
หลับให้สบายนะครับ
Ugh. But this is happening very early on, so we need to now know if he really does die. So he was covered in blood, it's just not his own. One down. Yes, come in. I was hoping he would turn up.
ทำไรอ่ะ
Well, you know, you did kill his brother. He wants revenge. And that police officer just put himself right in the frame, because he was the only one there. Ah, okay, he checks on his eyes. He got away too easily there, but he's not dead. So the one who turns up here must be the coroner, his fellow
ผมคิดว่า
work colleague,
เรา
right?
คงยอมเป็นผู้ร้ายหลบหนีเราวันตำรวจมารวบไปเรื่อยๆแบบนี้ไม่ได้หรอกครับแต่จะเรื่องเจนอีกอะถ้าปืนไม่ได้ฆ่าเจนแล้วใครล่ะครับเป็นคนฆ่า ผมรู้แล้วครับว่าคุณกำลังสงสัยคนคนหนึ่งอยู่ไม่กล้าพูดชื่อออกมาใช่ไหมครับ
Say it.
นี่คุณต้องคิดเหมือนผมเหรอครับ
Wrong. Ah, he's the one who turns up. Okay.
เฮีย
Oh, nice lighting.
เฮียได้มือถือเครื่องนี้มาจากโรงพักตอนที่ลุงพี่วาโดนจับตัวไปแต่ก็สงสัยอยู่ว่าจะเอาไปทำไมเพราะค้นข้อมูลดูแล้ว
Right.
ก็ไม่เจออะไร
Maybe it's time for you to be the big brother and look out for your younger brother.
ถ้าเฮียรู้ว่าหมอใบแทนอยู่ที่นี่อีกไม่นานพวกมันก็ต้องรู้เหมือนกัน
That's true.
หมอจะเอาไง
นี่พวกผมก็กำลังคุยเรื่องนี้กันอยู่เลยครับ
หนีเลยไหม
ไม่ได้เฮียถ้าพวกผมหนีอะเท่ากับพวกผมยอมรับ
Yeah, exactly.
ว่าเราเป็นคนท
Oh, such a good episode.
ตอนนี้พวกแกเป็นผู้ร้ายหลบหนีตำรวจอยู่นี่
It's you've got to now get them to confess somehow.
ำมาถึงหลายวันแล้วไม่เหรอไม่โทรหากูวะก็มึงปิดเครื่องอ่ะ
Wait.
ขอโทษดีน้องจิ้มโทรกวนกูดิกูเลยเปลี่ยนมาใช้อีกเครื่องนึงครับ
Someone contacted him then. All the way back, remember, to the first episode, see? Clues throughout the whole thing.
ใช่เชียบปื้มยังมีมือถือสีดำอีกเครื่องนึงอ่ะ
Mm-hmm. See? These little clues they've peppered throughout. Something that we're supposed to have figured out as time goes on.
ถ้ามึงเป็นไอ้ปืนจะซ่อนไว้ที่ไหน
Oh, so would it be in that old house? Would it be in Jane's? Because no one would suspect to look in Jane's.
ไฟเสียเลยเฮีย
Ah.
เปล่าวะกู
ถอดเองอะตัวนั้น
Smart. He put his phone in there.
อยากรู้เหรอเออเอาไปดิมีเยอะ
โอ้
So he smokes.
ทำไมต้องซ่อนด้วยวะ มึงนี่อ่อนหันจริงเลยมึงลองนึกดูนะ ถ้ากูออกไว้ข้างนอก
Oh, someone will
แล้ว
take
กู
them.
นับอ่ะกูซวยนะ
Oh, they don't like someone who smokes. So he hides his secrets.
ลองไปสวมดูก่อน
Or are they condoms? Maybe they're condoms. I don't hide mine, I put mine out. I need
ที่อะไร
them.
วะ คุณทำอะไรอ่ะ
Bingo.
เฮ้ย
Come on town. Oh, 2020.
ถ้าคดี
What a
นี้
crap
ไม่
year.
ได้ท่านช่วยไว้ ลุงต้องแย่แน่ๆเลยค่ะ
สำหรับคุณพี่ว่าผมยินดีช่วยเสมอครับ
Yeah, we
ท่าน
know you're not good
พูดแบบ
people.
นี้ ลุงยิ่งไม่รู้จะตอบแทนยังไงดีเลยนะคะ
ไม่จำเป็นหรอกครับ
Yes, you do, because he's sneaky. He knows exactly what he's doing. See, he wanted her from then. Ugh. He's such a creep. Dude, what are you doing? Ugh.
"สนใจน้องสาวลุงเหรอคะ
Yeah, because he's a violent. He is into very kinky things.
เป้ยก็ทำงาน
There's nothing wrong with being kinky, but this is called,
ถ้าเขาอยากจะก้าวหน้า
you know, her
เขา
death.
รู้ดีค่ะ ว่าควรทำยังไง
I don't like that Poot gave her up like this. And Rung was a part of it. Do not respect this in any way, shape, or form. So Rung put pressure on them, and he had to do it because of his job and his livelihood. This is the problem with small towns. And look, it doesn't seem like they care. Oh, she's evil. Yeah, you gave her away. You literally. Ugh.
เจน
But you have to expect that. What she didn't expect was her sister to be involved.
แต่พี่ไม่มีทางเลือกผู้ใหญ่ต้องการเจนจริง
Screw that. You sold your sister just like Pood did. I have no sympathy in
ๆ เจนต้อ
this
งการจ
moment.
ริงๆเหรอพี่อุ้มพี่รักเจนนะ
Then you wouldn't do this to your sister if you loved her. I don't need to hear this crap about you love her. No, you don't. You would never do that to a sibling if you loved them. Ugh. disgusting, creepy, perverted, sad old men. What you're doing is drugging and raping these women. Ugh. But at least we're seeing the true horror of what transpired now. So there's a lot of them. Who's the hell this guy with all the muscles and the tattoos? We didn't see his face. Who was that? Oh, the young girl.
คุณเจน
Ah. She was a schoolgirl, isn't? Oh, the age of consent is pretty young though. I think in China, like 14,
เจนไม่ไหวแล้วพี่ลุง
15.
เจนจะเลิกทำแต่เราตกลงกันแล้วนี่แต่ตอนแรกเราไม่ได้คุยกันแบบนี้นะพี่ลุงตอนนี้มันไปกันใหญ่แล้วอะทั้งปาร์ตี้เซ็กส์ทั้งเด็กนักเรียน
Exactly,
พี่ลุง
underage.
กำลังจะทำอะไรกันแน่ที่ก็กำลังทำให้เราสองคนไม่อดตายไง
And shut up! No, you don't. All I hear is BS. You get the thrill of controlling underage women to do your bidding.
พี่ก็เห็นเจนมีความสุขดีนะเจนไม่เคยมีความสุขเลย
So she's true. See, I should use it against her
เจนก็ดูยิ้มแย้มดี
because she's drugged.
เจนแน่ใจเหรอว่าจะเลิก
Oh, what an evil, vindictive sister. Truly.
พี่ลุงเจนกลับไปคิดดูอีกทีแล้วกันนะ
See, she never cared about you. And also, it was part of her little revenge because you took her partner. Oh, what a pathetic woman. Just like all the men. Ugh. I really like this episode. It's making me the actors are doing such a good job of me disliking them, but it's bringing the whole story like a full circle now. Of when it started, how it started, why it started, who is involved. Because no one in this show is truly innocent. Let's just put it out there. Everyone has secrets. She was breaking down. People were drugging and raping her, and no one was truly helping her, maybe apart from Tan. But even he didn't really stop it. I mean, how do you when it's high-ranking officials? Pregnant, yep. No telling who the dad is, because no protection. Oh, what a shock she took her there, and that she knew about it. How many young underage girls, or just women in general, have you taken there wrong?
เจนเข้าไปก่อนนะ เดี๋ยวพี่ตามเข้าไป
Just remember, Jane, well, you're dead. You can't. But your sister never loved you. Ever. Because you wouldn't do this to your sibling. You wouldn't do this to someone. And you trusted her. See, and then straight on the phone. It doesn't matter if she's telling him why she's there, so that she has some form of comfort. That doesn't make up for the fact that what you did to your sister and what he did was really wrong.
เจน เปิดขอโทษนะ
Too late though. I mean, it's happened. I mean, you can say sorry as much as you want. It shouldn't make her forgive you. And the thing is, what sucks is he's truly not a bad man, you can tell. But you gave in for power, for security and payment. Like, they have so much control, these people. And there it is.
ทำอะไรอะเจน หรือว่าเจนเลิกคิดเถอะ
Why should she?
ทำไมอะ
Oh.
มันเสี่ยงอะเจน
ยังไงเจนก็จะท
She knew she was going to die
Hả, chị
doing
Thảo?
this.
พี่รุ่งจะติดคุก
So, let her
ส่ว
go
น
to
เจนก็
jail.
จะซวยไปด้วย
Bye bye.
ไล่ผู้ใหญ่พวกนั้นอีกอะคิดว่าผู้ใหญ่พวกนั้นจะยอมพังง่ายๆเหรอ
ำเจนว่าตืดกลัวตัวเองพังมากกว่า
Mm-hmm. It just, no one cared about Jane. You can see it as much as you argued that Poot could. I don't
รู้
see
สึก
it.
ตัวเองแท้ๆแต่เจนกลับช่วยอะไรไม่ได้เลยอะ
เจนนี่ไม่เปลี่ยนไปเลยนะเนี่ย
ยังไง
ก็แบกความรับผิดชอบทุกอย่างไว้ที่ตัวเองแบบนี้ไงทั้งที่บางทีอะเจนไม่ได้ผิดอะไรเลย
Exactly. It's not your fault.
ผิดสิบัน ผิดมาก ผิดที่รู้ทุกอย่าง แต่ก็ยังปล่อยให้แนตตี้ตาย
It also makes Pat, the reporter, such a nice guy now when you look back.
คนนี้
คนนี้ก็คงทำทุกอย่างไม่ได้เหมือนครูเจนหรอก
Shut
ครับ
up, creep.
ค่ะ เจนทำได้ทุกอย่าง อยากรู้ไหมคะว่าเจนกล้าทำได้ขนาดไหน
And water.
เจนกล้าพอที่จะแฉว่าคุณทุกคนว่าพวกคุณเนี่ยทำชั่วอะไรไปบ้าง
Then she looked straight at her
เตรี
sister
ยม
at
ตัว
the
ไว้
end
ได้เลย
there.
นะว่าหลังจากนี้ เจนจะทำได้ทุกอย่างจริงไหม
เจน พอ
คอยดูเลย
เจน
เฮ้ย
Oh, look, that police officer was behind them. Oh, you got water on
ใส่
you.
บารมีคนอื่น คอยหนุนหลังไง
Ugh. You can see who the mastermind
ก็
behind
จัด
it
การ
all
เรื่องนี้
is.
แล้วนะ
What a shock. Not.
เดี๋ยวแทนก็จะได้รู้ความจริงแล้ว
เจน เจน
If it is her sister, I mean, she must have got help, right? Because the sister doesn't look strong enough to have lifted Jane up. Yeah, look, she's waiting. Oh. The fact is you were willing to kill your sister, or at least help in her murder. But I feel like Rung won't die and she'll go to jail, because they'll want her to suffer more that way. Because then she has to live knowing what she did to her sister, and what she did with those young women. Do you know what? So many people were suspicious of the sister from the get-go. Some, I think, had read the book and the novel. Other people just knew because they did indicate it quite a lot with certain things.
ฮัลโหลเจน
Ah, he has the recording on his phone.
พี่เข้าใจความรู้สึกเจนนะหรอคะ เจนแค่กำลังสับสน
No, she's really not.
ไม่อะพี่ลุงเจนไม่ได้สับสน
เจนแค่รู้สึกว่าตัวเองโง่ที่ยอมให้พี่หลอกใช้เจนมาตั้งนาน
พี่ไม่เคยหลอกใช้
Yes, you did.
ทุ
Yes,
กอย่า
you
งที่
did.
เจนทำเจนเต็มใจ เจนเต็มใจ เพราะว่าเจนทำเพื่อพี่ เพื่อความก้าวหน้าของพี่ แต่ตอนนี้พี่ไปไกลเกินไปแล้วนะพี่ลุง พี่ลุงยังเป็นคนอยู่หรือเปล่า เจน พอ พี่ลุงเคยเป็นทุกอย่างของ
You're
เจ
a
น
truly evil woman.
เป็นทั้งแม่
Just
เป็น
like
ทั้ง
those
พี่
men.
แล้วก็เป็นทั้งเพื่อน แต่ตอนนี้เจนไม่รู้จักพี่อีกต่อไปแล้ว
Fake tears.
แล้วเจนจะทำยังไง เจนมีหลักฐานอยู่ในมือ
เจนจะแฉพวกแม่งชิบหายกันให้หมดเลย
That means making your sister suffer, and she's not going to go down. And you know that. See, she knows it herself that she will go to jail. I just want to be like, ring, ring, hello, called it. Yeah, killed your own sister. But the phone's too far away, so I'm not sure how he would know about this. Oh, really? Rung, these are fake tears. Because you're willing to kill her. But I still don't get how she's strong enough to lift her up. I'm just being honest. I just can't. It doesn't seem like the actress is strong enough. So it would have made sense to have someone else help. But I'm not shocked it's the sister. I think we all figured out earlier on that the sister was a bad person. You killed your own sister. Oh. And there's nothing Jane could do because she put that in her. I don't think it was just out of the career. I think it was also out of vengeance against her taking her ex. You know, she did date Pood, and I do think part of that was to get back at Jane, as well as to further her career, and because she was supplying these young girls to these men for so long. What an evil, evil person. I don't believe a single tear at all.
โกรธพี่เหรอ เจนรู้ไหม กว่าพี่จะมาเป็นเหมือนทุกวันเนี้ย พี่ก็เคยทำงานนี้มาก่อน
So then you did it to other people? You should
เป็
understand
น
how
งาน
it
บังเอิญของ
feels.
ผู้ใหญ่ เอาตัวเข้าแลกเพื่อให้ได้ทุกอย่างมา
This is not going to make me feel empathy or sympathy for her because she killed her sister, and no, you just, for me you just can't. I just can't get into that mindset of, oh,
ตอนนี้พี่ต้องการเจนที่สุด
yeah, see, she's manipulative.
เจนจะไม่ช่วยพี่เลยเหรอ พี่ไม่ได้อยากให้เจนต้องมาทำแบบนี้นะ แต่พี่ไม่มีทางเลือก เจนต้องทำจริงๆเหรอพี่โอ
She doesn't care about you. We know that. We just saw her kill you.
พี่รักเจนนะ
No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't use those words. And so he sees it, or at least he sees her dead and is left. So this is why he had to die. Evidence. He took pictures. The problem is, that's all on her, that's not on the officials. The high rank, like, the congressman, the judge, the police chief, he doesn't have evidence on them, he just has it on the sister. It's like everyone let Jane down. Apart from Tan, who knew something was wrong but didn't know what. Time to take him down. And now they know. Crocodile tears. These are not real tears at all. What are you going to do now?
ฮัลโหลบ้าน
สวัสดีครับพี่ลุง
Time to take you down.
ลองเปิดดูสิครับ
Bye bye.
ผมว่าเรามีอะไรต้องคุยกัน
Oh, why would you talk to her? That's just putting yourself in danger, especially considering who's involved.
ถึงเราจะปล่อยคลิปไปแล้วลุงที่มาโดนจับ เราก็ไม่รู้จะกลายเป็นคนร้ายหลบหนีหรอกนะครับ
คลิปนั่นแลกกับชีวิตเสียปอ
They've got poor.
ถ้าเราไม่ปล่อยคลิปตอนเนี้ยทั้งเจนทั้งปืนอะตายเปล่าเลยนะครับ แต่ผมไม่มีทางปล่อยที่จะตายหรอกครับโอ๊ยสิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์อะไรก็ช่วยพวกมึงไม่ได้
Wanna bet? Another really good episode. So this was the episode to tie in Jane's murder, so that we know we have the criminal, we have the perpetrator. Not a shock that it's the sister at all. Remember when I mentioned about the restaurant and entering the mouth of the alligator or the crocodile, which is entering the danger zone, and also entering the prey with the predator, the hunt. The first person to approach Bun was Rung. That was one of the first clues. And then every time something shifty about murder or Jane or something like that, it went straight to Rung. So it was pretty obvious that she was involved. It's just it takes time for when they then reveal it. And if you think about it, she is truly evil, just like these men. She is much to blame as they are. Because she still killed her sister, and she tried to play it off that because they did it to her, that her sister should do this, and her sister did it for her apparent boyfriend's career and her sister's career, and to make sure that nothing bad happened to them. But everyone used Jane. No one cared for her. I don't care what anyone says about Pood, he's still not a good guy. In any shape or way or form, he's not a good guy. In that, like I mentioned, he's not a bad guy, but he's not a good guy. Because he still did this, and it was all fear of his career would be lost. Now, the thing is, how do you then expose all these high-ranking officials? Because it's not just them, it's all the police as well. Like, who do you trust? Now, what's interesting is one of the police officers is dead. He got shot by Paul. But what about the other one? Now, the colleague, is it Oat? He saw it. So what is he now going to do? Because they kind of showed that moment with the inspector. Do they then highlight that he is going to go to someone and say, well, he tried to kill him, but he has no evidence? That was a bit strange, that scene, because I felt like it was to show us that something will happen in the last episode. Also, right in that last second of that preview, there's a shot fired, and it's obviously not Paul, Tad, or Bun being shot at because everyone ducks. So someone shoots at them. And we also constantly see a smirk on Rung's face. She didn't actually care about her sister. Let's not forget that she was dating Pood before Jane was. So there's always going to be that little bit of resentment because she liked Pood and then he liked her sister. Now with that smirk, it indicates it's true. Like, what happened to the sister? Because she is not a good person. She does not care that she hurts these people. You are trafficking in young, underage women. And you're trying to make it out like it's supposed to save your career. No, what? And same for the police chief, because technically there are people in higher power than him. But it will all come back. And I wonder if in Paul, I wonder if his own gangster members turn on him and they send him up, because that wouldn't be a shock But it's strange with the only one episode left. It's like, what is the true resolution that's to come? Because there is evidence, we know that. I mean, like, Pooh took a video, so he had it of the sister. So, though he died, he was able at least to get that out there and hide it so that Tan can find it. I just love that we had this whole episode dedicated to Jane and her story and how it all started and why it started and how it happened. And it all started with that judge. Let's not forget that. And he holds all the power because he's the one whispering in people's ears. And because he's a judge, it's technically, I can get all of you off because I am a person in power. I'm the one who does the sentencing. A police officer arrests you, the congressman runs the town, but the judge is the one who does the sentencing. I wonder who's going to die in the last episode. Will it be Inspector M that is shooting at them at the end? What happens with the kids? Because of course, I can't see that being the last of them. They would need to be in the show because it needs to kind of tie up the rest of the story. It's just, what else? Like, do they send the video off to other police officers outside the town to then come in and arrest them? It's interesting. I'm not sure who's going to die. Will we see any of the bad guys die? Will they all be arrested? What will happen to them? Will they get away with it? I would hope with this show that they won't get away with it, but it's pretty dark, so we can't tell what's truly going to happen. But let's not forget Inspector M is alive. I feel like that's very important because was it a lie that he's paralyzed? Just so that people wouldn't think he's a threat because he's unconscious and paralyzed. But I really, really like this episode. I mean, Rung the whole time was manipulating Jane. The whole entire time. He tried to use I love you, fake tears, sympathy always there for her, sending her to the abortion clinic. Let's not forget she was always there to make sure that Jane was sent or doing something. And she never cared about her sister. I don't care what anyone says. They're all fake tears to me. You wouldn't do that to a sibling. And it shows that no one is truly innocent in this town. But also that they're sleeping with underage girls as well. And it feels like it's only because she saw Natty that Jane came to her senses and was like, okay, this needs to stop. Otherwise, how long would it have gone on for? I mean, what the things that they probably did to her. And we also saw a guy really muscular, because you could tell when someone's arms here are cut with tattoos. I don't know who that was supposed to be. But what was also interesting is when Jane threw the water on them, or the drink, the police chief, you saw how angry he was, but boo-hoo to you. But also you saw the others behind him. Like, who is involved? Because I feel like it's every single person in power. Which then, I always say this, whenever I watch a show, the scariest person is a person in power, like a police officer or something like that, because they're human. And it shows you just how evil a human can truly be. And it's just culminating on what's to come in this final episode. I do worry though, I do worry what's going to happen to Bun and Tan. I don't know if one of them is going to get shot. But I'm hoping what we see when they're captured is near the end. But I don't know what to say. I don't know if will they kill some of the bad guys so that at least they're dead? But because if you arrest all of them, it feels like they would just get away with it. I don't know, but all I know is such a good show. Honestly, I'm truly now sad that next week is the last episode. But I hope it goes out on a bang. I hope it's something good because the whole time it's been suspense filled. And now it's just cleaning up the end. Because we now know who's involved, who killed Jane. And again, people have been saying about Rung from the beginning. The messages on Patreon for me was, it's the sister. Don't forget that she's also how she's placed within the show. She's, and then like, in the credits, she's quite early on, which means she's significant. And straight away they gave you clues, like that crocodile in that restaurant and her being there, and As it went along, she was more suspicious. She felt like a madam, you know, who owns a brothel, like the head of it. Oh. But let's see how they get taken down. Thank you for watching. That was episode 13, and I will be back next week with the final episode of Manor of Death.